chat, and we're about to go on our way. What are some common bans you see for this map, Mad Dog?
I think Mira. Mira's almost always banned in most comp settings anymore, just because you can't push her side without somebody being behind it and risking just getting quick peeked.
Yeah. I think for the attacking side, I could probably see a Capitao coming out. Thermite. That makes
Thermite,
sense.
sometimes Thatchers. It just depends on how they want to play it, but it's definitely going to be different with the Thermite band.
The new operators, Iana and Oryx, are in play, so I'd be interested to see if we see any bans on them, or if we even see them get played tonight.
I think if you have someone with a lot of game sense, he makes a really good roamer. As on top of his MP5 really not being a bad gun to play.
Yep, and there's the Capitao.
Right, and for those that don't know, Echo is still soft banned due to his bug and sometimes not being able to be shot. So up until they fix that, he's still soft banned.
Valkyrie comes out, not too surprising there, especially since there wasn't like a IQ ban. You definitely don't want to have a Valkyrie on the board with no IQ, but since IQ is still in the game, I guess you can ban her.
Yeah, there's actually an interesting fact for you out there. Rated Gaming now going the second straight game in a row banning Capitao and Valkyrie.
It's not bad. I mean, it stops an aerial denial from them being able to flank, and then also stops information, especially with the Echo being soft banned. Having that Valkyrie banned makes it pretty easy to attack.
Yeah, it seems like maybe these are more comfort bans than like map specific bans if it's something they're consistently doing. I wonder if it's because maybe they've had bad experiences or they just don't want to deal with those operators. And we see the Clash 6-pick onto the Oryx. I kind of like the 6-pick.
I do like the 6-pick because they go into it. I think they switched to Nomad to counter the Clash, and they ended up switching from it.
And honestly, the Nomad will counter Oryx as well. Because, you know, he's a really efficient roamer with his kit.
Oh, he really is. And
being able to make
go
rotate
up
holes.
and down.
Yeah.
Floors.
There's nowhere this guy can't go. And so it looks like we're starting with a basement defense here. I'm curious to see if we're going to see any crazy setups. They're reinforcing the hatch. That means they're probably not going to play in the bathroom. It looks like it might be a full-on turtle kind of defense. They don't have too much roaming potential other than that Oryx. Jaeger can also roam. But it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of utility being put out for the roamers. A lot of it just being used there on the site.
I'm also kind of curious why they banned the Thermite and the Cade. It kind of limits them on either side if they're going to pick both.
Right.
Like one or the other that they should have went with, but they kind of limited both sides with that. Looks like, just like we said earlier, the up-down coming in from office and coming across.
Yep, and I mean, you always want to make sure that you're clearing every floor, unless you're familiar with your opponent and their play style, because odds are they're going to have a roamer up top. And it looks like we've got people all over the map. I was definitely wrong. They are not turtling. They are everywhere.
They're definitely ready for any push.
Omai's going to get spotted out in the bathroom. Oryx is going to make a rotate hole and head downstairs. He does get droned out as he goes to the spiral stairs there. And it looks like Buck knows exactly where he is, and that's going to be Buck taking out the Oryx there. That's a good opening frag. That definitely removes a lot of roaming potential.
Missed C4 right there as well. It's going to look like they got it up on the ceiling.
And the bandit charges are off. They're going to thatch it anyways, and they're probably going to get the wall open. There we go. some good lines of sight coming out, and Buck getting a second kill there on the bandit.
We did have some.
Oh, was it a DC? Yep, we do have a DC on the attackers.
Just staring up at the ceiling shooting.
Bomb
Yep,
located by
I saw that. I wasn't sure if he was gonna be able to reconnect there. That's gonna be
Good shot
Buck
from Olma.
downed by the Jaeger. And was that the Jaeger?
It was the
No.
Romai downstairs on pipes.
Jaeger's gonna clean him up though. And then we got a 2v2. Plant's going down. Jaeger's gonna pick off the planter there. And now it's just Thatcher. Trying to figure out what he's gonna do. Bomb's not planted. And the defenders here are probably just gonna hold angles because time's kind of on their side here, and they've got a man up on the attackers.
He knows that he has to clear the guy from above, or he's never going to be able to get that diffuser down.
Not a lot of time either. And with no hard breach available, he's not gonna be able to do a whole lot here.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, he didn't see him.
Attackers recover the bomb diffuser. 5 seconds left.
And that's gonna be a round for the rivals. And hopefully the person that disconnected can get back. I didn't see.
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna go to a rehost here.
Wonder if the round would have been any different if he didn't DC, but I guess we won't know. That was their nomad. It could have stopped that the Jaeger from roaming back upstairs, but
Yeah.
hopefully he gets his connection issues figured out and gets back in.
We're gonna cut away to a small break here as we get everybody back in the lobby. And we are back from that rehost. Just a quick recap on the previous round. Humble Fraggers took the win on basement, so they're going to be looking to go to their second site, and that's going to be console office and meeting room. Looks like a decent lineup. We got Vigil, Mozzie, Maestro, Smoke, and Jaeger. No 6-pick being shown yet on the defense. And Thatcher, Habana, Buck, Nomad, and Zofia. And the Thatcher actually going to 6-pick over to IQ.
Thought we were gonna see the Yana play.
I thought so too. She showed it for just a second and then decided, nah.
I really just don't see her as much of a competitive, like entity, other than using as like a drone to face check everything.
And that's exactly how I'd expect to see her used.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
I feel like the only
attackers.
problem being that she can't be that far. Her timer really isn't that long, so if she decides to do it, she has to have her team hold control, and basically someone just follow her for a refrag.
Right. And that's exactly what I'd like to see is using her as like a secondary fragger, right? You just kind of send her in with your entry behind her hologram, and just get whatever picks you can.
Yeah, I mean, essentially she's just a free drone that you don't
Yep.
lose.
10 seconds left.
Infinite drones on cooldown.
5 seconds left.
I'd like to see it. Same with Oryx, just a different play style. But I think a lot of people at this point are just going to play comfort and what they're used to.
And a quick update for Rated Gaming. Fats on the Habana. This is actually his first game for the team. I'm not sure if they're using this as a tryout or if he's already made the team.
Nothing like throwing them right in for a tryout, though. I hope he realizes that they have to be their feet on the ground for the nomads to go off. So that one that he just shot above the double windows is next to useless. At least someone set the Claymore down, though. That run out is pretty common. I wonder if we're going to see someone run out of Garage and get them off.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Looks like they are doing heavy window play here. I don't think there's any pressure coming in from the admin side. They're kind of doing a one-dimensional kind of take here.
Hopefully they've realized by now that half the team is not.
A really
there we go.
aggressive peek there.
Just face checking the window.
By this smoke. And followed by a lot of reloads. But he is going to pick off the Zofia there on the projector balcony. And that's going to put them at a slight advantage here as a defending team. Still a lot of
They still have some
repelling
roaming.
going on. I don't know how effective the roam's going to be here just because nobody's inside the building. They're all still repelled out with a minute left in the round. They really got to make something happen here on the attack.
Oh, for sure. I think the people over in admin should realize that the attack's not coming from that side right now and start working their way back, but it looks like they're still just holding on over there. At least one of the two that are in there.
I found one! Second floor!
Attackers dropped the
Yep,
diffuser.
there's the run out.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a one-for-one trade. He did take out the Nomad there, but I feel like at this point in the round, she should have already used all of her utility, so not a huge pick. Taking out the IQ is going to be the smoke again, while Jaeger takes out the Habana, and Jaeger gets another one. And that's going to close out the round. That's 2-0 for Humble Fraggers.
And I think that's the problem with people playing Windows on this map is there's just so many different ways to run out that you can't cover them all for the Windows. Looks like about the same lineup for defense, though. Let's see if Clay is also going to switch off the Thatcher to play somebody else, or if he's going to actually stick it this time. Yep, there it is. It's actually a pretty good pick, especially since they've realized, hopefully, they realized that the other team's roaming pretty heavy with at least 2 offsite.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Yeah,
being
they
defused by
are
attackers.
very roam heavy here, and I think they're being able to punish the attackers too easily. Their rated gaming's kind of going about this in a, you know, slow as fast kind of thing, except they're not finishing out the round. They're playing too slow and too cautiously. I'd really like to see them turn the aggression up a bit.
Hopefully with the Jackal, you see that with someone scanning their feet and them just chasing them down real quick.
Ready. Controlling risk.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Jammer.
I do want to see some solid strats for the split site and see if anyone is able to hold that pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like either you have a really, really good strat for split, or you just don't play it. There's no in between. You can't be
Yeah,
like
for sure.
kind of okay at it.
That's also one of the things with this map is there's really only 2 viable sites, and the other one is just a site waiting to get to the next.
Throwing magnet.
'Cause once you lose map control, it's very hard to get it back.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we're gonna see the admin take here as the Zofia swings in. She got the intel that it's clear, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of pressure up top. They haven't yet run into the Wamai and the Mute here. The hatch is closed, which means Wamai's not gonna have an escape here. And there we go. Smoke blows that open for his teammate. Wamai rotates out. And they don't know that Wamai's already gone, so they're going to be wasting a little bit of time here as they get drones out to double check.
Throwing magnet.
And it didn't look like a drone actually went to check on him. And there we go.
There we
They
go.
drone it out. They see the hatch is open, that it's clear now. And they're going to take control of the console office. And they're going to buck open yellow stairs just for another rotate/sight line.
A bomb has been located.
Hopefully this Nomad already has... Does look like she already put 2 of her charges down, so hopefully cover the flanks.
Still a lot of drone work going out. I do like seeing consistent droning. I just hope they're not spending too much time on the drones and not enough time taking map control of the areas they drone out.
Luckily, at least that one looked like they were just setting it up for a flank, and then he got right back off it. So
Yeah.
hopefully they're starting to make the push. They are trying to get some vertical control, though, so hopefully we'll see how that turns out.
Yep, and it is still a 5v5. 40 seconds left on the round. Time is dwindling down for rated gaming. Drone's still coming out. They see that the main lobby is essentially clear, minus some utility. They know that somebody's playing in the bathroom. And we're going to see if
See
we
how
can get
fast
any
this
picks
round
here,
is.
because there is 20 seconds left and still no one's died. They are playing incredibly slow on the side of rated gaming.
There's almost no push happening with 10 seconds left in the round.
Yep, and now it's just going to be a frag fest as they try to get the plant down. A lot of frags going towards Rival's side. It's going to be a 2v3. Plant has to be stuck
Plan is going
here.
down, though. Oh, hopefully he can get off. Nope.
User has been dropped.
And that's going to be another round for the Rivals.
Kind of like what you were saying. They're just playing way too slow. They either need to pick it up or just go for a different kind of push.
Yeah, I can understand the slow and methodical push, but it can't be that slow. You need to leave yourself time to get plants down, especially with a smoke on the other team. Once you hit that 30-second mark, if you haven't seen any smokes come out, that's 30 seconds of denial that he's gonna have.
Yeah, he can deny the rest of the round, and you either sprint through it and lose half your health, and then while you're sprinting, you also can't aim, and they're just gonna pick you off real quick.
And we're seeing pretty much the same lineup for every site. I don't think too much has changed. We're not seeing an Oryx anymore. But other than that, lineups
Attackers
are
need to
about the
locate
same.
and defuse as many bombs as they can.
They are running the Wamai and Jaeger combo, trying to eat up some of that utility. And I think they're doing a pretty good job at that. They're making the attackers use all of their utility, and they're wasting a lot of time with this heavy roam. It's making the attackers have to second guess all of their roam clear.
Unrolling razor wire.
Yeah, and they're not getting any picks from the roam clear either.
No,
They're
they're
not in
just
positions to frag them out. They normally just push them right back to site, and then they have to fight the turtle after that, and it's just not working out for them.
yeah. I would like to see your entry fragger following the drones a bit more closely. Otherwise, all you're doing is wasting time and getting intel that's going to be stale by the time you push that area.
Exactly. Or maybe even having someone drone in to push them back, since they know that's what they've been doing, and even have your entry just waiting on one of the exfil points.
Yep. I love a good pinch. When you just drone somebody out and they go to rotate, but you have somebody already in place to catch them on that rotate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just good siege. So round underway here. We got some cheeky punch holes for angles. Still a pretty heavy roam.
Magazine.
Gotta love the rat plays. I honestly think a lot of people don't play that small office like they should. I think having those peak holes and having somebody even with an ACOG sitting in there, you can hold majority of the site with just that right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like we're going to see kind of the same attacking strat that we saw for the first round of basement, where they're gonna open up and Bandit's actually going to pick off the Buck, who is trying to shoot down onto the Bandits, but there actually aren't any Bandits on the wall right now.
He was holding them.
Yep.
He was ready for the Buck.
And so now it's kind of up to the Thatcher here to be able to get these off the wall, and Nomad's actually going to pick off the Bandit, and Mute's going to refrag the Nomad, who I don't believe got off all of her charges.
I know she got at least 2 of them off, but the third was probably for a roam.
So now the defenders are again at an advantage. It's 4v3.
The Bandit did his job, though. They made it so they either crawl through the hole or they go through a different area. They didn't
Yep.
make a hole big enough for them to get through.
So right now, this is definitely in favor for the defending team. They can kind of just sit back and relax as the attackers have to push in through the yellow stairs, or maybe even rotate through the backside towards A. And a good angle being held there by the smoke. He's actually not going to take any damage there. But the Mute's going to be taken out by the Zofia, putting it at an even man count, 3-3. Some aggressive peeks here by the Jaeger.
Yep, they were watching the flank this time, though. They didn't let the Jaeger get up and behind them, and that's good on them.
Habana's getting the plant down. Smoke came out, but didn't connect.
She was able to just crawl through the hole.
Well, Mai's gonna go off. He's gonna take out one of the attackers while Smoke takes out somebody else. I missed who that was on. And now we've got ourselves...
The Smoke used his utility well and forced him to go right back up. And the Jaeger was just waiting for him.
Defenders win.
So that's going to be another round for Humble Fraggers here.
Going into round 5, and no rounds lost. Like, they're feeling pretty good.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure. I haven't played Consulate in some time. Would you consider it a attacker-sided map or a defending-sided map?
I think it's defender-sided, but I think it's really just about holding map control. If you're able to hold the map control, then it's hard for attackers to get in and get in position to where they need to be.
The one thing that I always hated about Consulate is how many windows there are for like every site. There's so many angles that you have to be aware of as a defender, and the attackers can
Defenders,
apply a
protect your
lot
bombs
of
from being
pressure
defused by
without
attackers.
even being inside the building.
And that's also goes with what I just said with having map control. Because if you have somebody that's roaming, runouts on this map, like you said, there's a lot of windows. You can just jump out, and you can normally get a pick or two. A lot of people run maybe two claymores, and
Mhm.
even that is not enough to cover most of the runouts. You can cover the
Right.
main ones, and then the off ones you still have to look out for.
10
It's
seconds to
I think
go.
it's mostly like a team by team basis on how well it goes.
5 seconds remaining.
But it looks like they're at least hoping to
Seconds to locate a
expedite
bomb.
their droning with pre-placed. And they should hopefully get in the building a little bit quicker and make it a little bit easier for them so that they're not rushed on time.
Drone active.
Hopefully Mozzie snags that drone and gets it in good position for his team.
That would be nice. As
Oh,
a
man,
former
looks like he
Mozzie
did.
main.
Looks like he did. He has it right there in front of long desk. So
I like the Maestro cam placement, and I like where Maestro is playing. He's going to have that utility to kind of back him up. He doesn't need a peek. He has a camera to do it for him. He is playing the back side of the shield, or well, I guess
Yeah.
front side, depending on how you want to look at it, which is kind of atypical.
I don't know if you know, it actually makes seeing through it easier. The angles on the shield with the glass, it makes it easier to see through. So it's actually more of an advantage for him because he doesn't have to
Interesting.
be on the edge.
Enemy located. Second thought.
The Iona comes out. Gridlock is going to pick off the Mozzie
Bomb
here.
has been located.
That's a C4 off the board for Humble Fraggers.
There you go, look at-
And Enzo is going to not see Buck in admin office, and he's just going to get sideswiped and taken out.
Looks like the aggression's definitely working out for him a little bit more. They see where they're at and they just push it.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this kind of adaptation.
Clearing the way.
I wonder if we're going to see another really aggressive peek here on the window by Smoke. And he's not going to get the chance. He's going to be taken out by the Zofia outside on the balcony.
Located enemy.
Let's see how well this Maestro's placement works for him.
Yeah, and I mean, 5v1, if anybody can do it, it's going to be a Maestro with 81 bullets. And he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to be taken out by the Zofia. And that's going to be Rated Gaming's first win of the game.
I think changing their play style definitely worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to see that. They're starting to counter-strat here a bit. They're not sitting outside on windows and playing super slow. They showed a lot of aggression there, and it definitely worked out for them.
I agree. As soon as they found that person downstairs in the lobby, I would have liked to see the Ana go in first with possibly the Gridlock behind her, but the Gridlock
Mhm.
walked in and got the frag. Bringing out the Goyo though, so let's hopefully see how well they set that up.
Yeah, and this is going to be their final defensive round of the split. So, last chance to take another win on
Defenders,
defense
protect your
before you
bombs from
switch
being
over
defused by
to the
attackers.
attacking side. And I'm pretty interested to see how Rated Gaming defends this map.
I agree.
With the way they're attacking, I kind of expect them to have more of a turtle play style. At least with the first couple rounds that we saw. Although, if they play defense the way they just attacked, and they have that real aggressive mindset, I think we might see a momentum shift at the round swap.
Yeah, I think the momentum's a big thing for comp. Like if you start getting it, you start feeling more confident, and obviously taking losses just hurts the other team, and it's super easy to just start getting on a roll.
Yeah. Being able to tilt your opponent is definitely a positive aspect of just another win condition that you can put into play in competitive Siege.
Oh, for sure. I also want to talk about how they went to lobby instead of trying upstairs again, just because it worked for them the first time. Oh.
I'm changing mags.
Looks like we're having some issues with the
Yeah.
server, which when you have online play is just kind of something you have to account for. It's
Definitely
always a
sucks on the
bummer when it
players' end.
happens though.
Looks like they are roaming heavy again as well. They have people upstairs and downstairs.
When you hear the Ayana go out, she's
There
gonna
we go.
run ahead of the Buck with Buck right behind her. This is exactly how I like to see her used. But Wamai is actually gonna pick off the Buck. I don't know if the call out didn't make it in time or if it was just a missed gunfight there. But
I think the Wamai actually just kept spraying through the Iana and ended up getting the pick right behind her.
if you're an attacker, you hate to see it. If you're a defender, you love it. That's going to be Jaeger taking out the Zofia. They're at a pretty steady advantage here in terms of man count and HP.
That SMG shot, though. I love watching good SMG players.
Oh, yeah. I love seeing good SMG shots. And again, now all the defenders are going to have to do is be patient, allow the attackers to push to them. They've got 45 seconds left in the round. They have a man count. The only person down on their team is the Jaeger.
And
You got Wamai with kind of low HP.
Yeah, the Jaeger did his job. He wasted time and got picks with it, as well as helping the Wamai.
Recovered the bomb diffuser.
He has some low health, but again, if he's defending, he just has to wait for them to push him.
You can see Smoke getting a little antsy in the lobby, trying to get a pick from the hatch. There's nobody that's going to be there. They're coming down spiral stairs right now. Kind of slowly peeking. Smoke's throwing out his utility. He's got one smoke left, I believe.
15 seconds.
10 seconds.
Nyana's going to have to get in the site and get a plant down or die. And that's going to be another round for Humble Fraggers.
A 5-1 split is really good.
It's really good if you're on Humble Fraggers.
Oh, yeah. Rated Gaming's probably not feeling the best.
At this point, if you are Humble Fraggers, you know all you need is one more win to at least secure a point. And if you get 2 wins, then you secure all the points. All they have to do now is not allow Rated Gaming to win 5 rounds in a row.
I was wondering if they were going to stick that blitz, but glad they didn't.
You never know. Combo could be a spicy blitz player.
That's fair. I've seen some nasty shield players.
Enzo doing a lot of work for Humble Fraggers. He's 8-1-1. And over on Rated Gaming side, you see a pretty even scoreline between all of the teammates there. Now, as we get underway, this looks to be a garage start.
Attackers discovered the location of a bomb.
Pretty typical. It's probably one of the easiest sites to defend here.
10 seconds remaining.
And if you're Rated Gaming, you're looking to get a win as quick as possible and hopefully reshift that momentum in their favor. They did pick up that one round, but they weren't able to follow it up with another. And it's never a good feeling when you're playing from behind, especially when it's 5-1 at the split.
Not at all. Looks like they're also going to be doing a pretty roam-heavy play. They have 2 people upstairs, so we'll see if the other team realizes it, but it looks like they're just getting ready to start sending it through piano.
And I'm pretty nervous about this Buck repelling there just because it is pretty common. But it doesn't look like he's going to get punished for it. And there's actually nobody on the wall right now to deny this Hibana. So they're going to get the wall open pretty quick. In the first 40 seconds, that's pretty efficient.
Yeah, I mean, that's also part of, hopefully, Rated Gaming. That was their plan, is
Mhm.
they're just going to play to stop them from pushing in the wall because they put the mute down and just walked away from it.
Yeah, I expect a lot of vertical pressure here, although they don't have the floor and piano open. So if Habana pushes in, there's not a lot of vertical pressure there.
Disabling electronics.
They do have that Maestro cam on the backside of the van, and Spidey's going to pick off combo. That's the Thatcher off the board. Another good shot from the SMG-11. I love that they're running 2 SMG-11s and shotguns.
I agree. I think it's great. They also still have 2 people upstairs that can collapse. I don't know if Rivals knows that, but could definitely be dangerous if they time it right.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a retake kind of defense here. IQ's just gonna watch her flank for a bit. I don't think she knows that the defenders are up there, but she's gonna be taken out by Spidey again on the SMG-11. Nomad and Buck both gonna pick up a kill here, but Nomad's gonna be downed and finished off. Spidey, that's a triple kill. He's killed all 3 members. Let's see if he can get an ace with the SMG-11. I would love to see it.
Oh no, that's awful. The Buck didn't even realize it.
Buck's gonna take a lot of damage there. He opened up the holes, but he didn't really check them as the mute was playing right below it.
And there's one of the guys punished being upstairs, not paying attention to where he was looking.
And now we've got a 2v2 situation. However, the advantage is in the defender's side just because they have the HP advantage and they have time on their side as well. With only 15 seconds left. Oh, that's going to be such a close gunfight. Habana's going to have to opt into planting. And it looked like Buck was still upstairs.
There's the quad.
And
looks like that's going to be the round for them.
he's looking for it, but he can't get the ace.
He 100% wanted that ace. He ran outside trying to get it, but at least they waited until they knew they had the round secured.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, a quad kill with the SMG-11, not bad.
We do have a rehost.
Yep. So we're going to cut to another break as we get another rehost on board. There are some issues with the Siege servers tonight, which is kind of unfortunate. But the teams will play through it and continue to show us their talent and why they belong in this league. We will be right back as we try to get everybody back in the lobby.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out our list. With amazing new music added daily and one simple license.
And we are back from the rehost. We are loading into the game now. And it looks like Rated Gaming, after winning Basement, is going to opt into taking console office and meeting room.
Which is what most teams do. I mean, it just depends on which one they're more comfortable playing first, really.
Yep. I
And
usually
then-
see one of those played first. It's very rare that I'll see like a lobby defense as the first pick.
I definitely think we could see, at least hopefully, with the way they play in Turtle, I think they could do a split site hold.
Yeah, they do a very good job of roaming
Attackers
and
need to
then
locate and
turning
defuse
that
any
into a
bombs
turtle.
they
They're
can.
not being too aggressive with the roam. They're just showing their presence and then falling back into sight. They're not losing their lives doing it, but they're wasting a lot of time.
Which is really what a good roamer should do. I mean, getting picks is nice and all, but forcing teams to have to rush and change their strat from there, that's really what the roamer should be doing.
Absolutely, and that's what we saw Humble Fraggers do very well when they were on defense. And this game so far, Humble Fraggers is actually leading with opening kills, which is surprising because last game that Rated Gaming played, they actually had 10 out of the 12 rounds played, they had the opening kills. And I think that's because this wasn't their pick for the map, and they're playing it kind of scared. They're very cautious, and that definitely showed when they were attacking.
Yeah, going 10-2 for entry frags is big.
So as the round is underway, we see some drones coming out by Humble Fraggers. I hope to see them use their drones a bit more efficiently than Rated Gaming did. If they can do that, this will probably net them a win. But if they spend a lot of time on their drones and not really pushing with their drones, then they're going to have the same issue that Rated Gaming had while they were on attack.
Looks like they have taken a lot of map control already. However, I did not see a lot of drones yet, so they might not actually know where they are. They just took the map control.
See Maestro making a little bit of a peek hole there on the yellow stairs. That way the Jaeger can hold an angle onto the console window there, as it's a pretty common entry point, especially if you have somebody with a lot of smokes. Which, looking at the attackers, they do have Jackal with smokes. However, I'm not sure that he's the one that's going to be repelled out there on the console window.
He's currently on connector, just holding across. If the Maestro peeks out a little bit more, that Jackal's gonna have him.
And we kind of see Smoke here with the same kind of idea that Humble Fraggers had on defense, where he's just going to play Projector and hold it with all that he can. And that's going to be Jaeger taking out the IQ there, making it a 5v4 in favor of Rated Gaming.
Yeah, the Nomad actually left the IQ hanging out a little bit. He could have seen the Jaeger if he was checking the top of the stairs, but he just seemed to be sitting there.
And some big picks come out for both teams, and that's going to make it a 3v4 in favor of the defenders. Smoke's coming out in connector just to kind of fend off the Jackal, but Plant's going down, and a C4 is going to take out the Habana. And I believe we saw Jaeger on the diffuser. They know diffuser's down there, and Nomad is going to get another pick there on yellow stairs, swing in, get taken out by the Maestro. There's 10 seconds left in the round. It's a 2v1, and that's going to be another round for Rated Gaming.
I think the momentum's starting to shift, and I think they realize it as well. They're playing a little bit more comfortable. They're making pushes. I think getting Enzo out early was definitely a big part of it, seeing as he is currently carrying Rivals right now. I think overall he has 10 kills. He's definitely a big part of their team, so picking him early on the IQ is a good start.
It looks like we're going to see a Cali come into play here, which is I don't know. I don't mind it. It kind of reminds me of back when Glaz was really good. And if you knew your opponent was going to go to lobby, you would bring Glaz and just kind of sit out and spawn. However, Callie doesn't have the capability to see through smokes. So I wouldn't say she'd be as efficient, especially if they're going to go for like some sort of plant in the lobby doorway with smoke as cover. She's not going to be as efficient as like a Glaz would be.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Yeah,
from being
she's
defused by
definitely
attackers.
a not like her sniper's great if she's able to
Attackers
hit her
have discovered the
shots.
location of a bomb.
Then that's great. Anybody that peeks her, she's gonna win those. But like you said, without being able to see through the smokes, I really don't see why bringing her hero would be better over, say, bringing Glass.
But the attackers didn't bring any smoke, so I guess that's a non-issue at this point. A lot of claymores too, which is pretty typical. Anything more than that, and I feel like you're kind of wasting some utility options there. With Sledge and IQ, you have a good bit of soft destruction.
Attackers are moving.
And also with the Zofia, so not a lot of
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
counters to that soft destruction.
Max done, gotta reload! Evil eye on what?
And we see the air jab go out in the front door. Nomad, always a great operator, especially for those flank watches. And I feel like she's good on a lot of maps just because it makes it really hard for a roam heavy team to be able to get those flanks off.
Yeah, I mean, there is teams that play those very well, where if they know it's being watched, they'll double jump out, let the one basically just be bait, and then the second one gets a kill because they can find out right where they're at.
And we did get an update for the poll. Earlier, we had the Twitter poll that came out pre-game, and that had rated gaming ahead 60.7% with HF Rivals with 39.3%. So it was definitely in favor of rated gaming. However, mid-game, we got another poll out, and it's actually tied at 50-50.
I mean, that's what I thought when I first saw it, was that it was still close enough where people were undecided, and rated gaming is starting a little comeback right now, so let's see if they can hold on to it.
Yeah, and at this point, if you're rated gaming, you're looking to keep the momentum. Not a whole lot of aggression, but they are holding really smart angles. He's going to be fully flashed, and IQ's actually going to take a lot of damage, but Jaeger's going to be pushed from the rotation hole, it looks like, and they're almost had full control of projector.
I think their problem was they did not push off their flashes. They threw them in there for.
Nice shot by the SMG-11.
I love SMG-11 players. Just being able to control that and get easy kills like that. The rate of fire basically just makes it winnable.
Yeah, there was a very aggressive peak there, but I mean, it worked, and now it's just Callie. She doesn't have the diffuser. Diffuser's upstairs, and she's gonna have to push.
She's just gonna push right into sight and just go for frags. I wonder if they knew that she was there. Does he know that there's another person in the bathroom?
It looked like he did, just because some shots were fired just before he peeked. However, that's gonna be smoke with a shotgun in a very close quarters combat.
Yeah, not much you can do
That's
there.
not what you want to see.
Yeah, especially if you're not going to bring a hard breach or a site that you really need in the wall, I don't see why bringing Callie was in their lineup there.
Yeah, especially with the way that they pushed. It didn't fit the playstyle of Callie. She was just kind of there looking into lobby, but nobody was playing in lobby, and there wasn't a big push made for lobby. I guess she was probably just picked as a post-plant kind of option. But in order for that to be viable, you have to get the plant down, and that wasn't something they were able to do.
Attackers need to locate and
They did have
defuse as many
Rated
bombs
Gaming
as
did
they
have a
can.
really good upstairs hold where they were getting frags. So I mean, I guess they made it so that the Callie was useless, anyways.
Yeah.
Looks like their basement, and they are also going to be holding all the way upstairs, throwing reinforcements on the second floor.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the bathroom being reinforced. I didn't think they were going to reinforce the hatch, and I figured somebody was going to play in there, but with the hatch reinforced, I don't expect anyone to play in there. They're probably just reinforcing that back wall, so Hibana can't get that from the bench's window.
Did they
That's
fix
actually
it?
going to force them. I don't believe they did.
Attackers must locate and defuse
Because I know
the bomb.
before, if you put the Habanas low enough, you could hit both the hatch and the edge of the wall there, and it would destroy both of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure that got fixed. I mean,
I know
if
the
we
same
see
with, like,
Hibana
Thermite.
do it, we'll
Bomb
see.
located by
Yeah,
attackers.
that's fair.
Spotted the bomb.
But round underway. We're about 30 seconds into the round. We're seeing a lot of droning going out as Humble Fraggers kind of decides how they want to attack this. And Mozzie's gonna be a bit of a pest here. See what I did there? As he he steals one of the attacker's drones. That's his for now. As long as he stays alive, he's got full control of that drone, and he can kind of use it as an extra tidbit of information to help out his defenders. They are doing a pretty good job at destroying these drones as they're coming in, and if they keep it up, they're going to be able to deny a lot of intel.
Yeah, they already have 4 drones that they've destroyed. 5 drones now, so half the drones for the attackers are gone, and they're barely into the building right now.
And I think I just saw a 6th drone get taken out.
Reload.
Some shots coming out by Thatcher. He does see somebody's head in the security hallway. He's not going to connect. Some flashes coming out behind the white truck. It looks like this might be an aggressive take here. Or they're going to slow it down and realize 5v5, we don't want to just run straight into garage with no intel.
Yeah, looks like, again, they're playing pretty heavy upstairs, and I don't know if they notice. I don't think they've droned out enough to realize that there's 2 people that are going to collapse soon.
Zofia probably going to work her way here and try to take that Maestro cam out behind the white van. If she can get that, that'll be good. It's going to deny a lot of intel from the defending team. I'm not sure if she did get it. C4 coming out, taking out Cave Troll on the Hibana. She's already used her utilities, so that's good on her, but that is a man down for the attackers, and that is also Diffuser down.
Oh, that's
And caught
good.
at a bad time, but Spidey's gonna swap to the SMG-11 fast enough to punish the
Wow,
Nomad, and he's
another
gonna get a
triple from him.
second one. Or,
That's his
sorry,
second.
yeah, third.
That's his second triple from the basement site.
And now we're at a 3v2 with the favor for Rated Gaming. They have the diffuser down. They have man advantage. The attackers have 15 seconds to plant or kill everybody on the other team.
It looks like they got a pretty good hold right now.
Oh, a nice shot comes out from
There's
everybody,
another
I
one.
suppose. That happened too
That-
fast for me to even
Yeah.
call it all out.
That
It was
evens
just-
the game out. 5-5.
And it's looking like this may go in favor of Rated Gaming, or at the very least be a tie. And I don't know. Maybe the poll is right with the 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely turning around. And it looks like both teams are going to pick the same lineup.
Yep, and it's gonna be a console and meeting hold again. Did Humble Fraggers also run the mute smoke combo? I think they did.
They did.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of SMG-11 play tonight, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think Rated's making more use of it though. They're getting a lot of their kills from SMG players.
By attackers.
I'm curious if we'll see another vertical kind of play here. Last time they were able to get a C4 off, kill Hibana as she was planting, and eventually win the round.
Yeah, I think if they do that, then it's gonna win for them, being able to hold that map control. Like I said, map control is gonna be like the biggest thing for Consulate. 'Cause if you don't have it, the other team can peek from multiple different angles.
Yeah, and I would love to see Humble Fraggers try a little bit of a different entry here, since with that vertical play style, they lost the round, I would like to see them maybe do a bottom up kind of take and make sure that there's nobody that's going to be below in piano to get that C4 pick if they go for another console office plant behind that desk.
Yeah, and you have a Nomad with 2 different Claymores on the map as well. So doing that would definitely benefit them because they'd be able to close down those rooms.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of presence to shut down the roams. I mean, they have, what, 5 different ways or different areas they can deny a rotation.
Yeah, but like we said earlier, it looks like it's just going to be like a admin take and coming across.
Yep, so this is absolutely something that Rated Gaming can punish again. You know, provided Humble Fraggers doesn't get too many opening picks here.
Habana lost a lot of health trying to shoot that bulletproof.
Oh, and IQ is going to be taken out as... Who was that? The Castle actually playing behind long desk, and he has Mute right next to him with a shotgun. They're
Definitely a good
pushing
crawl.
paper. Oh, and Habana's going to be taken down. That's Diffuser.
Those 2 are working so well together right now.
Absolutely.
One's peeking as he falls back to reload. They re-peek and then get kills. That's all
And
they've been
since
doing.
points are off, they don't know that the Habana's down. I feel like they should, because I believe that Mute actually saw her go down. And he might be baiting here to see if Zofia is going to go for the pickup. And right now, all of the defenders need is patience. They definitely have the man advantage. It's 5v1.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
And it looks like Zofia's going to pretend to pick her up and just be patient and see if she gets pushed. Nobody pushes her. She gets the pickup on the Habana.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
And now it's a 2v5. Habana low HP. Mute low HP. The rest of the defending team is pretty healthy. And that's going to be the Zofia taken out by the Jaeger. And Jaeger's going to get another pick, finishing off the round and making it flawless at that.
Yeah, I think another time that Enzo got killed early and the rest of the team just slowly follows after.
Yeah, Enzo has definitely been an influential player. He's doing his best to keep his team in it. However, Rated Gaming is now up 6-5. At this point, they've at least secured 1 point. And this is going to be the final round that decides if this is going to be a tie or a win for Rated Gaming.
And Spidey's doing great on the second half, 7-2. And that's even after the rehosts. So he could be doing even better. But he's definitely starting to pick up on the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some phenomenal play and a huge momentum shift by Rated Gaming.
Yeah, and definitely doesn't help rivals at all that they do have. Looks like the Sledge going 0-4. So as an entry, he's underperforming.
And I think right now, Humble Fraggers is they're trying too hard to force kind of like a comfort strat. And they didn't play around how the defenders were playing, and that cost them the round there for the console office take.
Yeah, like we said at the beginning, that a lot of people just go admin across and down, no matter what the sites are. That seems to be like default, and that hurts a lot of people because they just start funneling, and just Rated Gaming punished it.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
And now we've got the round kicking off. This is going to be a, what was that, lobby defense?
Yep, lobby.
And you can see the attackers making quick work, trying to get that top floor control. Last time they tried that, they were swiftly taken out by Rated Gaming's defense, as they were playing pretty heavy upstairs, and they had a lot of utility up there as well to assist their offsite players, which is something that I love to see. It's never fun being a roamer and having no utility to help you.
But yeah, no, being a roamer and having zero utility just hurts. And it's nice always having someone on a counter angle. That mute playing off the Jaeger. It's hard to push one without the other one swinging you.
You see the Jackal ping come out. They know that they have somebody in connector. Jackal's holding the angle, seeing if he crosses over. He does. He lands a few shots on the Jaeger, but he's taken out from bathroom in the rotate hole that they have, and that's another nasty SMG 11 kill. IQ immediately getting a refrag onto Spidey. That's the castle out of play. He's already used his utility. You don't like to see somebody go down this early. It's a 1-for-1 pick, making it 4v4. Jaeger did take a lot of damage. He's, as one would say, one shot. And I believe he's fallen off here. Or no, he's okay. He's playing in the console office. Just gonna hold a kind of passive angle. But if he gets droned out, he's gotta rotate quick or he's gonna be taken out.
Looks like, yep, there he goes. I'm surprised he didn't die from that, but hopefully they might have missed that Jaeger on that drone. They did not.
I think they did miss him on the drone, but his shots didn't connect in the head, and so Nomad with the health advantage had a little bit more time to react and land a bullet on the Jaeger.
As of right now, they look like they might be bringing it back to at least tie it up.
Yep, I mean, 35 seconds left. You have man advantage.
Bomb has been located.
You have health advantage. You have pretty good map control here. If you're rated gaming, I think you're kind of playing on your heels here, and you're just trying to be patient and letting the attackers push into you. You don't want to be too aggressive just because you don't have the manpower for it.
Oh, and they just took sight. They're anchored and they're just stuck in their angles right now.
5 seconds.
Sophia's gonna pick off Clay. That's gonna be the Maestro off the board. Plant does go down. And now it's up to the two SMG boys to clutch this. And that's gonna be really hard given where it's planted and where the attacker's gonna be playing. They're gonna be playing those long angles, and those are gonna be a lot harder shots for these SMG 11s to hit.
Yep.
And that's gonna be...
There's the IQ taking off Fats, and Enzo ended up helping the team win that one.
And we end this in a tie. That was definitely a good game. The mid-game poll was as accurate as possible. It was 50-50, and that's what it ended up being. It was absolute tie. Really great.